So the cultural pieces, the campus life pieces, only emerged in the last 50 years of academia. And so in that 50-year period, anything that didn't fit right into a classroom went directly over to this other side. So we have this very clear separation for the students. The problem with that is it doesn't take into account the full life of a human being as they're going through an education. And so I find that when I'm working with my peers, with students, with faculty members, that talking about how to build relationships with one another, with their students more intensely, but also with administrators and with one another as peers and colleagues. So, in other words, we need to reach over that dividing line, okay? And the only way for us to do that is to really build strong relationships. So, here's another problem with building strong relationships in higher education in particular. When there's that split, we often find that we don't understand one another because our relationships with the student are different. So for a faculty member, they sit in the classroom and they engage with the student in learning. They're not concerned about whether the student maybe is hungry or hasn't eaten, whether they are homeless and maybe living out of their car. Whereas people on the student affairs, they hear, my mother passed away, I'm trying to take classes, I was kicked out of my apartment, I have no place to live, I can't afford my books. So when we're communicating across that line, what we're doing is we're connecting the student to the experience. So the communication and the relationship that you build is much more than just communicating. It's about traversing the experience for the student. So that's to say, when we're working with one another, I find it's critical that we share our experiences with the student, with one another. So in other words, I reach out to faculty, and I do a lot of presentations with faculty to tell them, here's the statistics, for example, on how many students right now are homeless in the institution. And they go, oh, well, there's that many. So conscious relationship building for me in higher education is about, one, bringing facts, and two, bringing to light things that the other group may not know. It's not that they want to be ignorant, they just don't know. It's not their experience, it's not their frame of reference. So when you bring about information, realities, experiences, and then beyond that sharing of experiences and realities, it's about building bridges as to how can you now help, right? How can you now connect to that? You know it. Okay, now you know, right, that a student is experiencing hunger or homelessness or a death in the family or a mental illness, right? But now what do you do with it? What does a teacher do with that, right? What does a classroom person then do with that knowledge? Well, what they begin to do is they can modify curriculum. They can begin to say, oh, well, maybe this deadline isn't so important as it is that you understand the concepts in the paper. It seems very simple, but especially in this world, and I think it's very much this way probably in India, it's compulsory, right? You take the examinations, right? It doesn't matter, that's the deadline, you take the exam. Yeah. But education needs to be more fluid than that, right? Because humans are more fluid than that. Your experience is more fluid than that, right? So my work in higher ed in America is really around building that fluidity within the structure, within the institution, its policies. So my communication, when I'm building relationships, I'm trying to influence people to change policies, to change the way we set that, compose those standards, right? So for me, relationship building in that context is very, very important because it does two things. It advances the human being, but it also advances the institution. And that's the frame of reference. I'm there to work, and I'm there to do both things, advance human beings, but also my job, especially as a vice president now, is to advance the institution in its ability to serve students in that way. So it's a shift because American institutions are very classic. They're very structured, So changing an institution is a huge endeavor that is not done easily and it's not done quickly, right? But when you build relationships and you work to bring consciousness to an institution, you can enforce change, and it can be quite rapid. So I would encourage people in all aspects of their life to really focus on how can I bring insight and knowledge to someone so that they understand the experience of all people that they're encountering. And then beyond that, how can I engage them in the helping process? Right? How can I assist them in using that information? So we're gonna sort of move on, and I think we might, come back and forth to one another, but that's a piece that I'll start with.
Thank you.
So.
So let us welcome Charu. Give her a big round of applause.
Hi all, I am Charu Kumar. I come from Chandigarh, and I have 14 years of work experience. 12 years of work experience and 5 years of entrepreneurship experience. I'm MTech from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. And my journey started off working when I was 22 years old, when I just passed out from my engineering. So I was a lecturer, I was a head of department in college. So my youngest head of department, it was a tough job though. So anyhow, but what I mean is the power of conscious relationship. Very lately, 5 years back, I thought of starting something of my own. So I call it, not a startup, but I call it a dream coming true, because every day we all have a dream. Like my mom has a dream of, teaching students, but she's always like, how do I start it, So I said, you dream about it, nothing is impossible, So I gave her example of J.K. Rowling, so net has become so, social media. So I made her understand this lady she was like feeding on the government money, She did not have money to even take care of her daughter, and how she started, she wrote something, she did a beginning, started. She said, it's easier for you girls because you are very independent. So I said, what is independence? So I said, start dreaming. Start dreaming, it gives you a push. I dreamt of starting my own e-commerce store. I started thinking of that. One fine day, I sat on the computer, I created my website. I started creating it. I never thought, how will I do it? How many people I'm going to recruit? Where's the team? How will I do the marketing? I just did it. I just initiated the steps. And that's very important. The first step you take, you don't even believe, with the faith you take. Faith is very important. With the faith you take, God helps you. It helps you in finding the links. Every person who has risen from probably the KFC owner, who was doing suicide or who was kidnapping his own daughter, when his wife left him, at the age of 65, he just had $200 in his pocket. At the age of 65, he started to think to build something, and today it's KFC. So there is no age to anything. So what I feel is I started doing that, but gradually from one person, we rose to like 5 people. When you meet, you talk, so people were interested. So I didn't know how things were happening because there was nobody in my family was supporting me in terms of staff or technical know-how. So my husband is daft in technology. He's MBA and he doesn't want to touch technology. I don't know why. And I am a total technology buff, So I can't even discuss with him what's going wrong, So he can't even help me that way. So I started with my work, and then I realized, as I was discussing in the plenary session also, that when you boss on your client, on your staff, then a relationship breaks. When you make them work under you, they become resilient, they retaliate, and they also treat your work as a job. But when you work with them, they will take this as their own work. So one fine day, there is a very strong example which happened with me. So I had a 5-people team where I had class 2 employees also, like the bellboy and 3 engineers I had. So this boy was creating trouble for the staff because of the way he was speaking or whatever. So I got a lot of complaints about him.
So I called him inside the room. I said, I didn't say anything. And the moment he entered, he started giving, but he had a curious question of why are you doing so? So I told him that, ma'am, if somebody misbehaves, so this company gives extra salary. So that is what he, took the crux out of the situation. I said, no, it's not that. You guys are here, you are overdoing overtime because you feel it's not ma'am's work, it's our work. We have created a relationship. Now this guy is so troubled. I can see that. He is in so much pain that he knows that. But we can see that. He is in so much pain, that's why he is not able to, he sees pain outside. He is behaving the way he's feeling from inside. So I said, I don't know what his troubles are, but I can see the amount of pain and suffering he's going through. And that I can see from his behavior. So he was like, no ma'am, he's not going through he's a man, and he comes in the morning, his wife must be taking care of the house, look at us, we are the females, and I said, no, you never know what problem he has. Because this is the behavioral concept, relationship of a person which makes you identify. It happens to the maids also, If they had a bad fight with the husband, they will come and they'll start talking to you rudely. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You don't understand what trauma they must have gone through. I said, give him this money, he might be needing it. So he said, fine. And she was like, okay, that is your interpretation, but I still feel that's wrong. This guy knew that he'll be thrown out because he could sense that the whole office is against him. And when he got his salary after 10 days, and he got the extra one, so he was curious. So he thought, ma'am, am I supposed to be working 1 month more? So I said, no, you're not working for 1 month, that's for you. So he said, why for me? He said, because I think you need it. And he exploded because somebody touched that point where we could see his suffering, And I'm not talking that why is it important? It is important because when you're not working with robots, you're working with humans. And you have to take out the maximum potential from them. Even it's a business, it's a job where you have a team under you, you need to work with the mind of a person. So you don't have to tell them next day, please come smiling to my office. Because I have this habit that whenever who's ever entering my room or my workplace, they should just smile on their faces, So he just exploded and he told me that his wife has run away with somebody and there's a lot of disgrace he's going through, So in a way he started hating females, So his agitation was coming out in his work. So he was like, whoever would say, he started disrespecting women somewhere inside, So he said, people around are making fun of me. Your wife has run away, So I was like, see the point. And then unfortunately, early in the morning, he has to face so many women. How sad is that, And then he's getting reminded of what he's gone through. So he said, ma'am, I'm fed up with my life. I'm doing so, you just don't put me in work. I'm going to my village. I can't even go there. Because my parents are saying, what kind of husband were you? That your wife ran away with somebody, So he's going through social stigma as well. So I understood. I said, nobody's saying you anything here. Just relax. Work here. Get tired. Go back and at least sleep. So this guy who was misbehaved 5 years back, today he's been promoted from class 3 to class 2. Now sitting with the computer people, he's learned computers and he's doing data entry for me. And it's 5 years he's working with me. So anyhow, when I'm here, so he's a man in the office, though we have various other men, but they go at a time to home, So it's like, okay, the staff is sitting, I'm going to take care till the end, till all the ladies don't go out. So that is how you build bonds. And that doesn't only help you change a person, but it helps you increase the productivity in your work. So, when you want to take out the extra work, not extra, I would say rather, when you want to take out work from someone, it's not the qualifications which one possesses. Now, this man was just a bellboy who is a data entry operator today. He doesn't hold a degree at all, but he knows how to move keys and he knows basic English. So I have I don't say I know what to do anything though. He has transformed himself because when he was idle, he would sit behind those girls and say, "Manan kya kar rahe ho?" like they do. And he started doing that. And today he has progressed himself. It's not because of me, but because probably he wanted to stay there. And he wanted that, okay, what more I can give to the company. So he would do it without extra money. So he'd say, oh, the ma'am is absent, I'll do it. Ma'am, it's okay, I'm not taking anything extra. What I'm doing, I'm just standing, no? When somebody orders me, I'll get things. I'll do it. So he was an extra asset to me, and willingly. So I think conscious relationship is very, very important. Now, a friend of mine, we were into partnership in one of the works, and one fine day, we were doing really well. We got funding from Tata as well. And one fine day, she says that I need to end the partnership. I was taking care of all the technical aspects, and she was taking care of more of the accounting. It was a blow on me. But why so? So she said, no, we're doing so well, so I think it's better that we start with a separate work, so whatever we're earning, it'll be like full house one way, full house other way. For me, money, yes, is important for survival, I don't say so. But relationships are really important, and you feel sad of breaking up with a relationship rather than a work you can start again. So I was like, I'm so transparently in love with this girl. I mean, we've been sharing so much time together. We've been sharing our household things. When you're working together, you do that. What went wrong? Is she cheating me? So I just didn't take my thoughts that there. She said, we're just doing it. I didn't ask her anything. I could have destroyed the whole platform, e-commerce platform, because I was taking care of that. I would have just destroyed the site. I said, no. I said, cool. She said, how much do you want? I said, I don't want anything. I'll create again. I don't want. What kind of relationship is that then? I don't want. And I got into depression. Because when you're giving your 100%, and when you're betrayed from somebody whom you really trust. So she was a friend. What if it's your husband, your partner, your parents, your brothers, sisters? Anybody can do that. Your children, anyone can do that. So it's so heartbreaking. So I talk about motivational, I'm a motivational speaker. I go to companies and I lift women there. And today I was in depression. I was obviously on the verge of suicide, but I didn't want to go out of the house. And I was with no work. Because I gave everything to her. I said, if money is more important to her than me, you be happy. At least you're happy, I'll be satisfied. Because I'd never had bad blood for her, even if she did this. But why me? Why did she do with me? That question I could not ask her, but I was not able to get the answers either. But till date, I have no bad blood for her. And I think what kind of energy you take from another person, so it's like a conscious relationship. If somebody's done bad to you and you still feel good about him, he captures that energy. So when by chance you cross the eye in the market, he will probably not stare at you, he'll probably feel guilt of what he's done because you're not giving that energy to him. So we all have energy around, So I'm standing here, I can feel your energy. It's an acceptance energy, probably there must be some audience who might not be liking it, I can understand it. We can understand that, Even just sitting with each other, you just, hi, hello, that it's not gelling. We give that energy. My energy was always pure towards her because I was hurt about the relationship. But I was like, she should be happy, and I was happy I did my bit. I gave everything to her. And somehow with God's grace, and I'm telling you, spiritually you should be very strong. You should have a backing. You should be following some God, because we are humans at the end of the day. We are not gods. I would talk to God every day. I would say, God, what have you done to me? I don't think I'm intentionally hurting anyone. So I would sit in my room and talk to him and say, God, use me. You need to use me. You show me a direction. Get me out of this shit. Where I'm sitting in my home, I'm in trouble, I'm mentally not fit, and that's what I was doing. I was shouting on my husband, my son, I was irritated, the way that boy was doing with me. So my husband was like, what happened? I said, no. And then I used to regret. Why with them, So we started this scarf business. One fine day I was going out with my friends just took me out, and there was a girl who had come over, and she said, well, I need this. And she was getting married in a few weeks in US, Chicago. She said, I want these because I've come to India for shopping and I've not found anything of my taste. I need 10 of these for my bridesmaid. So I was like, what? She said, yeah, you need to give me, because you're my friends, and I want that. I could not find anything better for my bridesmaid. So I was wearing a scarf, probably a shrug, and she said, I need these for my friends. You just deliver me 20 pieces, and this is my address in Chicago. And that's how idea found me. So God helped me. So he helped me, There was a first outing after this depression I went, and my friends were after my life, come. And there was an angel who was sent by God, and she gave me an idea. So we're selling internationally. We're not even started with international. We're selling internationally scarves, we're designing it for people, we're designing it for organizations. She was an angel sent to me by God. I started a website again from the scratch. No staff, nothing. I did it all myself because I had so much time and I wanted to get busy. One-man army I started with again. And I was happy that I started with the order in my hand. So I already had money to start my work. So God was kind. God is kind, you know. And from her, I got so many references, and then we got companies approaching us. And by that time, I was not on website. Till today, I think my website is under construction. My team is still working. But it was just through reference and WhatsApp. People started sending me designs, and they wanted like that. And what more could I have asked for? And one fine day, I read in the morning in the newspaper that one lady has did suicide by falling from the second floor of her office, and she's no more. And she was my friend. She was the one who was with me. And I was aghast, I was taken back. I was in a happy space now because I was busy. And this thing happened. So, obviously my family knew what had happened. So they were like neutral. They did not even discuss the news. Neither did they say anything bad about it. Because my family is really run on principles. So that's how I think we are carrying it. I read the newspaper and they thought she might also not feel that bad. Because it was not a very healthy relationship at the end. And I was sipping tea and I read it and I just vomited out, and her face, her picture was there. She has 2 kids, a 7-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son. And I think it was just an inch of my life which went away with her. And I was like, why? What happened? So I went to a cremation. It was not an easy thing. I went there. Her husband was not making eye contact with me. I really don't know why, because he was the only person to whom I could go and, offer my condolences, but he was not making eye contact with me. I was thinking about the kids. I was thinking about that lady with whom I was having a cup of coffee so many years, and so I said, oh, I could have made a move, and I could have spoken to her. I never knew that I'd never want to see her again. So lately I realized her husband once, I went to her house, I met her mom-in-law, because we were so close. And her husband confessed to me that for her breaking this company, the reason was me. I was the one, because like wives discuss every day. We did this one business, now we're planning to go internationally. So we were planning to go internationally there. So we were thinking we'll be expanding in a big way. And the new work we started from international. So God is very kind, that's what I'm saying. So he confessed that, when at night you discuss what you've been doing the whole day. So she would say, we're doing this. So there was a greed which came in the husband's mind that why don't you do it independently? Now it's all in the auto mode. The staff is there, everything is there. It's in the auto mode. Why don't you do it? So probably he was pressurizing her in the wrong way. So she had to do it because her husband said, then you better go sit home or you start something of your own, So I didn't know what shoes she was then when she said all this to me. So probably it was not her intentions. And that's why probably I never had bad blood for her. So a relationship in our work, in our lives, whoever is coming in our life had a relationship with you in the past also. Nobody is allowed to come in your life like this. Even if you're workers, even your parents, they come in your life for a reason to teach you something. She came in my life to give me a wonderful teaching. I couldn't have been independent. We were in the partnership. She came for a reason to give a direction to my life, and she's going to come again in some form. I know that. Because whoever is in your life today and who is ever going to connect to you with times to come has definitely been there in your life in previous lives and lives to come in the form of enemy, friends, probably your competitors, because they will take some form to teach you something. Now it's up to you, you give up or you learn something. So she was in my life for a reason, she's been in my past life, and I'm sure she's going to take some form and come back. So relationships are very important, and whenever we're doing a business, never ever take it in a way that it's about minting money. Then if your focus, your energy is on money, probably you will never rise. Just think of that, what I think, that I have like 10 people working under me. I have underprivileged women also working under me who have been rejected from the society, who have abusive marriages, and it started from my maid's daughters because they're more stitching. So they do the basic things in my work and they feel empowered. They're paid for that. So it started from their neighbors. The husband he just beats the wife. So she's joined me. One is a burned victim. One is acid victim. So they all, and one has an abusive childhood. Her parents just don't treat her properly. So I also have these women with me. So what I feel when I'm working is that I am responsible not to earn money, but I'm responsible to put money in my staff pocket so that they can give fees for their kids, they can buy for their clothes for themselves, they can buy food for their family. So the men who are working with me, I don't say that, oh, he's on salary and he's working under me. No. Every day, till my target is not achieved for the month, I get panicked. Because I'm not panicked that, oh, I didn't earn much. I am panicked that it's not that I can't give them the salary, but I feel that my salary is secure for 2 months, I have my target achieved. So I'm worried about them. They are dependent on me. With my salary, this guy is going to fill the fees of his child. He's going to give the rent of his house. He's going to get the food for his house. So they're all dependent on me. So this vision, this conscious relationship, if you work with, this energy you work with, you're going to go leaps and bounds. I mean, it's like leaps and bounds is just a small word. So relationship and conscious healing is very, very important. Conscious building is very important. Not only in work, but with your parents, your friends, it's just very important. So I think with this, I conclude, and I think if Chiara would like to end up. Yeah.
I don't know if we have any questions.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Any questions? Yeah.
For both of us.
Yeah.
What do you think are the conscious factors, you're trying to build relationships? What kinds of things do you keep in mind as you're doing it? Because you can, well, I'm listening to what you're saying, that different settings are different than other ones, like, school is different than a private business, but, sometimes there are boundaries between people, they're not real genuine at work and try to keep professional distance. So, you have to be aware of some things in order to try to establish that relationship. What do you think those things are?
Well, I would say for me, the focus that I focus on the experience. Walking in their shoes. And that's what, like you say, you never know what the lens somebody's looking through. So I focus on trying to remember that I don't know what lens they're looking through. That's important, I think, is to just first recognize that you never know what's going on for them. 2, focus on their experience, trying to pull out what their experience is, what's happening. The other piece, because people can sometimes not be genuine, especially when you're in a work environment. There's, barriers that people put up. I think in that case, I would listen. I really find that listening to human beings gives me great insight. So sometimes we're looking to find things, and when people are genuine, I find the best way to approach it is to listen. Instead of being busy, occupied looking, I need to listen, and then I will hear things. So those would be some of the factors I would say.
Exactly, in these things, wisdom is very important. Wisdom of you identifying a person, as she said. And wisdom doesn't come by birth, and at times it doesn't come for years you're working. Then also it doesn't come. At times you tend to believe a wrong person, and you tend to screw yourself. That's true. But what I have learned, and what in my experience I would say, listening here is very important, as she said. Less of talking, more of listening. And don't show your kind side so soon. When you are in a professional environment, you need to be professional. But professionalism should be combined with a bit of generosity at times, but discipline and professionalism should not be bargained or left out on. So don't be a Mother India. I mean, just don't be such a generous person. That starting only you are giving a very easy, access to a person even to enter your office. Believe me, because when I was a head of department, like she is, right? So I would see the moment I'm genuine, I'm lenient. Kids would just bump in. Teachers would just bump in. There is no protocol they're following. So you have to create that impression that yes, ma'am would not tolerate nonsense. So this is your way, how would you convey it? And generally these things are not conveyed by words, they're conveyed by actions.
So another thing I'd like to bring in here, and I think it's very clear from the two speakers, as a woman you're very intuitive. And your intuition as a woman, I'm not trying to brag about, but we have much stronger intuition than men. And that's why when you talk about being rational leaders, you actually make a big difference because of it. Because you can actually sense things. Like you both have given examples where you sensed something was wrong. Maybe you realized it later or earlier, and that's why you just went with your, sometimes we go with our heart when we are called emotional. But I think it's okay because our intuition is really brilliant, and that's how they both have been able to achieve what they've really come out with.
I just want to share something in this regard. I worked with various organizations for past 30 years, but my entrepreneurial journey started just last year in January 2016, which was all there on my mind, and it just needed execution. And it has been so wonderful since the time I conceptualized it, which was happening over the period of 30 years. And I can, just say that, as you said, it's one man, one woman army. I've been in a one woman army too, without any kind of infrastructure, without any big funding or something like that. And I'm doing huge events, weaving social causes around them. And in this journey, what I want to refer to is in this journey, I have met people right from the beginning, before even I started. First I wanted to associate with some, like-minded women to start on this journey, and then we had a fallout. Then there was somebody who promised me something at the time of my launch that, okay, I will get all these things done and you have to do just this, and I did that, and then we had a fallout. It was a huge kind of, slump for me right from the beginning, but you would not believe it that those very people are
still there.
No, they are my fans, biggest fans today.
You've risen and they're still there.
No, I'm not saying that they're still there. They are also rising in their own way. But when we were talking about association, it didn't work out. And the way I kind of, handled it, it was so professional, yet so very personal. And today I'm here because of that person who insisted that I should be here attending WEF. Yes. Not really. No. There is no guilt. No, Charu, what I'm trying to say is that there is a way to have a professional, kind of moving away from a particular association, yet staying, in a relationship. So it doesn't mean, which is what is meant by not to burn bridges. Because you never know when you come back and what relationship you may have in the future. So with those very 2 to 3 to 4 to people, and it's a continuous journey, wherein, in your own family, with your parents, with your siblings, you have harder, time kind of convincing them, and the kind of criticism you face from them is much more than what you have with your associates. So we should learn to take it in our stride. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. But yes, what is more important, what I really loved what you said is, and all women over here probably feel the same way, that money should not be the only criteria. It is one of the biggest criteria, but not the only criteria. Along with that, we have to attach a lot of, humanism, the sensitivity, the sensibility. And if you attach that, that is the kind of success we all aspire to.
Charu talked about this idea, the spirituality. I think you're picking up on this concept of the spirituality that's so critical, because spirituality, in contrast to materialism, is so important. And I do think women in particular are able to bridge that gap. They can bring spirituality, up against the wall of materialism in a very different way. And I do see my role in my community, particularly with it's male-dominated, and it's also dominated, it's predominantly white. So I'm not only a woman and a minority there, I'm a woman of color, which is a very significant minority. And I do find that I trust my intuition, I mean, a lot more than you would think as a doctor. I'm surprised how much it's like, the education is over here. It's really about my heart in the work, but that's the human piece. And that's how I think when you're talking, the piece that I think is important about what you're saying, I have learned how to consult, how to talk, how to say things. When I first started, I was, such a hot rod. No, you do it like this. What's the matter with you people? You have to do it like this. Well, you can't go through the world telling people that. It doesn't, you will never get change if you turn people away before you even have a conversation about how to change and what needs to be changed. So it's how you talk to people, and it's how you take in stride the materialism that comes at you. I mean, you handled that situation with your friend with such grace. What you're talking about is you handled that with grace. And they were able to, what we say in America, save face. Do we say that here? Save face. And that's what you're saying. You allowed them to save face because of the way you handled it. And then they could come back to you. And that's what conscious relationship building is. It's not burning bridges. It's making things graceful so that people, when they're looking through their lens and walking in their shoes, which we don't know what is, they can come back when they're out of that space. Like you said, when you were depressed, you were in a different space. But when you're out of that space, boy, are you out of that space. So allowing people to come to you in their time, that takes a graceful person. Because if you shut them down in the moment, they'll never come back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think you're really right on with that.
Very right. Very nice. I think I'm done. I mean, we have so wise people here, so I think I will just start with it.
But both of us spoke brilliantly.
Thank you.
That was a wonderful share and
interactive session. Yeah,
I learned. No, I don't need the mic. I spoke on this topic called "Write and Tell Your Story: The Biggest Marketing Tool."
Okay.
So both of you did exactly
the same.
Yeah, because it's all about managing people.
Yes.
And
It's
share your
all
story.
about being in a position of authority
Yes.
and speaking and cascading people working under us, with us. But most of the time, you're also dealing with people in a certain authority.
That's right.
So it's again, not to get trampled by people.
That's right.
Your identity is very important. At the same time, you need to be a team player also.
Yes, yes.
So it's always a balancing of situations.
Yes.
And intuition, as Priya said, I think it's supreme intelligence and it really keeps us in place.
Very right.
Intelligently sensitive.
Yes.
Yes.
It really is. Thank you all
Thank
so
you.
much. Wonderful.
I need a photograph together.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where is the cameraman? He should have clicked.
Can you click?
Was he here?
He was here. He came in. 2 or 3 came in, yeah.
Let me see if we can get the profession.
Okay.
Charu will come here, please.
Yeah, I just want to grab a picture. Camera.
Because we have the slide at the back, so.
Yeah, I want to just get my camera. Take a picture.
Let's all have it together.
Yeah. Oh, it's
one
only...
can we have this take of
Both of you on, yeah.
Then we have together.
Ladies, I have to rush. There is a gentleman speaking and there's a
Thank you.
person.
But don't too much.
Well, I
What
have
is it
my
mean?
duty.
No, that's my duty here. My phone's
I
here.
have in room 4, I guess. Let's ask Neha because she'll tell us.
I've taken a few pictures. Thank you.
No
The
speaker
art
is here.
of
Simran can help.
exoticism, I think.
Okay.
That's the next topic.
Shall we?
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you, Kumar.
इधर आपका है बता ही देंगे
So let's see the speaker. If the speaker isn't there, are they coming?
If the speaker doesn't come, we go through.
What is the topic you said? Art of?
It's very, the Art Exotica. Surbhi Agarwal. You know her?
I think so. So it sounds.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And how do we have to answer?
Please. Now let me get more can't get you. Can you squeeze in a little bit? Yeah. Okay.
Take a couple.
What does these circles mean?
Just push the
It means
white button.
you can focus on the
Okay,
face
press
with the
the white
circle.
button.
Okay. Yeah.
My phone is there.
Okay, now grab the other phone.
That phone.
Clear and active.
You just press the
Oh,
button.
right.
I
Yep, just press the white button. Just press the white button. Don't
He's
worry.
come. Yeah. I can't get everybody in.
I have done various
Please come,
Okay, watch
my
out.
Oh, he's going to do a
Yeah,
better
okay.
job.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, smile.
Never get his picture.
Turn
Please
it this
get
way.
you, Charu.
Now I can, if I get my finger out of the way. I don't know how you do this work.
Please help her.
I think I got a good one.
Please.
Come in,
Okay, come in, Mom.
Click
Come,
on this.
come.
Click from this
Take it on
Okay,
the
okay,
camera
okay.
so I can send in the group.
Okay.
Watch these cords.
Yeah, smile. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
from one
you.
to that phone, please. The other one. The
Other one.
Other one.
Other
Other
one.
one. Yeah. What happened?
And take one with mine, but real quick, Mike. And then we're done. I just want to have one of everybody.
common group.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
It's cold.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you
Yeah.
very
Which
much.
room are you going to? You said it's right there.
I want
Yeah, so they wanted chiffon or Georges, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
No, there's not. All well, no? No issue, was this? Call me and I'll let you answer.
You should have taken me to meet Priyanka. It was the same when you were meet up.
We called you.
Yeah, and then he was studying. So please stand by. There's somebody from my company asked you.
He's very nice to talk to.
Very, very irritated.
Inside our presence, 100% sure that you should reach a goal. You will reach your goal also, and we ensure we know how to build in terms of the commercial viability of movies.
So we want to meet you. And tell us how do we get it?
How you can earn money
without yet
putting
seeing
in too
you.
much of strain in your work.
So honestly, we really want to get
Not just
launched. We have three
first
workers.
client to work.
Kanu
She's
just
already
work with the government. Then he said,
I am not carrying any car.
And it's at the mobile number on the website.
Saving paper, but I am
Are you directly?
secretary is the best guy to get on the
digital and then you can always you give me your card, I'll send you the WhatsApp details. So then I've run short of cards actually. कोई बात अभी तो तुम हो ना
हाँ, she has to support. So, wow, the best fascinating work which I related to was acting.
Yes, and I did acting too.
Like, wow.
So let's see if we can always suggest casting directors. You send your pictures and all. So I'll send that.
I'll do that.
And your work also.
Work, I don't know what's
Whatever you
online.
done. No, pictures only. Just mention theatre.
Theatre
what stories? Stories. Yeah. It's one was a beautiful Wonder Woman issue, whereas the Bengali woman and how she's gone through domestic violence, and that's a pre-era. It was a copy of Tagore stories. Dr. Tagore. Yes. It was Mr. Nirmal Dubey who directed it. So that was something really like, and there has always been a stress.
All of it's everything is okay.
It's a stress customer.
Yes.
So
So you need something
So
creative.
I'll let them do that, and I'll मैं आपको बोलूँ अभी बबीता सक्सेना में
Shall I go and meet
Level
her?
E, level T. She's alone, right? You say.
So please call us up when you're finished.
We'll come
Jesus.
there and we'll come to find
You are
you.
Priya.
Decide on it after now.
I work for the Taj.
Actually, both of you are.
Yeah, both of us are.
Did you meet
Yeah.
Taj? Yes,
I work for the regional office, so we have a regional office in South. We have around 41 in there.
That's it. We share the same message, right?
Achha, oh,
Yeah.
let's see.
Legs are aligned, huh? I just mentioned I asked her to add me to the group, and Lakshmi, I didn't know. Lakshmi,
You know friends or
Lakshmi, you created a third group where we doing
startups.
I did create the third group that is created by.
You said
the
everybody
organization.
who wants to is it?
Join that startups group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we created a third group, right. Wow, it's such a wonderful platform to meet so many people. Who
Absolutely.
Are like
So you talked about the startup thing.
Not really. This time I decided not to be.
So what is it actually, Lakshmi?
No, it's actually a conglomeration of all startups from our team of people.
Okay.
And we also have people from outside the all umbrella.
Okay.
Generally trying to figure out how to create a platform for them, be it ideating, be it incubating an idea, be it doing a business plan, do a investor deck, an investor pitch, getting the
So how do you
suitors.
plan to do it?
It's going to be a very iterative process. So I do come from that space. My work is in that space. So I'm planning to bring my work.
Of
to
course.
this. But that's one of the reasons why Harbin said that it's very ideal for you and you should lead this for India. So probably
you
we'll
are
be bilateral.
you are leading the startup group
Support.
for all.
Yes.
Okay. That's how. And what is your work?
I run a company called Kaizen Consult.
Okay.
I'll give you my comment.
Yeah.
So we're into business consulting
Okay.
and we're into training.
Okay.
Again, we do
Okay, what do you speak?
7:15, right?
Yeah.
Surbhi Agarwal. Hi. Please come.
What are you speaking on?
I'm speaking on my
I
side.
don't have the number.
Oh wow!
That's why Lakshmi
I'll just check with Neha which room I'm supposed to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Very
what do you do,
different,
Surbhi?
very different. From last 4 days, all the sessions have been all on women empowerment, motivation. It's all about
My
Indian handicrafts and
one of the
textiles.
hats I wear. All
Oh,
hats.
lovely.
The
Oh,
Art Exotica. What exactly did I? Very
it's about manufacturing and exports of Indian handicrafts and designs.
fantastic.
So, more than me blabbering, I just have few
See,
slides.
in
to
case
be
what we
honest.
do, in case there's less crowd, we can just make a round table and have a chat and we can, Henna? We can see how we can align. We'll immediately add you to the group and then you'll get a wider canvas to talk to on a day-to-day basis.
Obviously, because I am actually having a lot of slides to show as reference. बोलने को कम है because I think most of all.
I would love to see your slides.
वो तो है, but then product portfolio जो है ना, that's an excellent PowerPoint. So I want to quickly run through all the genres of the products which we make. There's stone, marble,
Wonderful.
wooden, iron, paintings. Well,
It's a huge.
it's a huge colossal work. Textile again, pottery, terracotta, this and that. So, and I have more than 500 artisans scattered across Rajasthan.
It's primarily Rajasthan centric.
No,
Products.
other state also I have a management with too. But then,
Do you do exports also? Or
I
is
do exports to Asia.
okay.
Domestic तो कमी है.
I mean, how do you market it? Through flagship stores or through channel partners? You tell
talking
us.
about the exports?
Sorry, we have
You're asking me for my exports, right?
one is the exports
Speaking
and
on
both the
startups,
business.
Surbhi, sorry. Speaking on startup business.
I'm speaking on the Art Exotica, which is my baby.
And what is Exotica do, the Art Exotica? All these things? The entire portfolio of what it
Yes,
is?
yeah. It's my company's name.
I'm just putting it on the group. If anybody is interested, they can. We have a group for all the participants to inform them who's coming. Which session.
Volunteers
I just put up on the web.
inviting people to come.
Okay.
Because I know other people won't know where to come. You're not part of the group.
Maybe she's not a volunteer. She's a delegate.
Yeah.
This group is for volunteers.
Okay. You're not from Delhi?
No, we're from Bangalore.
Oh.
Brianna.
Okay. I'm the only lady from Rajasthan. That's the
What are
reason
the
I.
many women? Where Jaipur.
Jaipur, Nidhi, what?
No, but I met a few people.
Shruti, Nada,
No, she is not. She is Rajasthani.
but she's from Delhi.
But I think she's from Kolkata. मैंने तो उसका यही
अच्छा।
देखा था दिल्ली राजस्थान से तो कोई भी नहीं देखा मैंने because I happen to mail
But all Rajasthanis have come from Calcutta, I think.
मैं वही
Somebody
आपको
said
बोल
I'm
रही
from
हूँ
Jaipur.
नहीं मैं आपको वही बोल रही हूँ जैसे अगरवाल and Bodars and Singhanias जो भी कुछ है ना जिनके
जी, जी।
सरनेम है they are majorly they've come from Kolkata this all भी Mrs. Nevtia है
Nevtia.
तो they have all come from Kolkata
Typical Maru means.
surnames
Surnames, yeah. So you're from Jaipur. Okay.
So that's the reason, I wanted to be. पर मेरे को थोड़ा confusion हो गया. मुझे लगा volunteering work के लिए you have to come 1 week prior to this event. तो मेरे को लगा 15 दिन कैसे time devote करेंगे. But ऐसा नहीं
हम
था.
सबको पिछले 2 वेफ के speakers थे, star speakers थे. This time I think we are having fun just volunteering. We just landed this morning and I think थोड़ा भी ठंडा भी हो गया है, not too much of work.
आप आज ही आए? कैसे? बाकी?
Last year we did 6 days.
The year
Again,
before,
you have
There
your
were work commitments and we couldn't take 6
Of
days
course.
off.
the year before. we
So
did-
it's what I know. The modus operandi is that if you come as a volunteer, then you want to share the rooms and everything else. Is
You don't have to pay anything either.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for
sharing
you to
because
share.
we've come
We don't
together. So
have-
we
it's
share
not
it with
nice.
our friends. Yeah.
मैं इसीलिए बोल रही हूँ कि मेरे वहाँ से कोई आने वाला ही नहीं तो मैं वॉलंटियरिंग कैसे करती ताकि सब कुछ वेव ऑफ हो जाता
They were
And it's
actually
my-
to do with something else.
मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम है ये so अच्छा ठीक है अच्छा भी है
So last year was a paid event.
We paid.
Please come.
7:15.
Yes,
come,
yes,
yeah.
please come.
आप बताइए क्या करना है काम ये मत काम
Yeah, people
काम है
who-
ना?
Just introduce yourself.
और आप अपने slides
Surbhi?
में दिखाइए.
No, you tell me because you said you were around.
No, no,
So that's
what we
because
thought we
it's
would
just
have
going
next
to be
week.
the 2 of us, you know. Where are you from? Which part of Africa? Oh wow. The Coco Land.
And what are you all doing? You
Can I
introduce
just
yourself to
somebody
us?
is there from corporate?
There should be someone. Let me just check.
Wow.
Because I don't want to unnecessarily disturb anything.
The lady here, she's just getting her
What's the session?
She is, she's got a startup and she's actually into Indian handicrafts. So she'll be talking about both. Yeah.
I'm into manufacturing and stuff.
with somebody
You?
else.
Okay.
Trying to
Is
figure
this
out.
the first time you've come for a WEF?
You
or
can
you've
start
come
using
before?
This is our first, my first time.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. We've been coming for the last 3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Each year you come.
Yeah,
think
because
guys
we
come.
founded
That's
the
what
WEF
you know.
in Bangalore.
Nice.
So there are 4 of us who've come from Bangalore. And Lakshmi actually looks at startups for India,
Oh,
for
okay.
All Ladies League. I look at employability,
Okay.
so I'm working on that.
Your women are very empowered.
Yes, we are, but we are the fortunate ones. Not all women
Yes.
in India are.
Yeah.
So it's important that, and I think it comes from education, what you are really doing.
Yeah.
Because still there's no education, empowerment will not happen. Till the woman is not independent, she will never get empowered.
That's true.
So that's why 3 of us actually, while we head different portals for the All Ladies League, we really want to work together because she's looking at startups, I look at employability, and my other colleague looks at hospitality.
Okay.
Because
And we were just saying that in countries where the cultures are very strong, the women are usually very suppressed. In Africa, too, the same problem.
yeah,
You know, so we're also fighting for empowerment. But
Yeah.
our cultures are very suppressive.
so it's not in the urban places, but I think in India
the
amongst
rural-
the
Very rural phenomenon.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even in the urban, it's only when a woman becomes financially independent that
And
day
we're
she gets
talking about that
empowered.
exactly, financial. And then when
Yeah.
you become
Then
not
only
empowered,
empowered.
then you have problems at home
Yeah.
because if the man is not progressive,
Yes.
then you're in trouble.
So the education has to start by the mother to the child.
Exactly.
Like
For
my
those of us
son-
who- if you have sons, yeah.
My son does not understand women empowerment. He says, why do you need empowerment? Because he sees an empowered person at home. So
Exactly.
he is not able to relate with it at all because
Exactly.
the atmosphere that he even sees his grandmother is empowered.
Exactly.
She dictates things and if she's an equal partner in everything.
Exactly.
But
it's
then
up to the
that's not
women
the
who have
situation.
sons to empower
Yes.
them.
Hello?
It's true.
And it's strange. I always wonder while woman in India is considered a power, we call her Shakti.
Yeah.
She is also worshipped in India, and this is the same country where we treat a woman so badly.
Yeah.
So you're right. Actually, with very strong cultural backgrounds, women are. You're absolutely right. But the education is really the key.
It is.
You have to first educate. Yeah, like the saying we say is that if you educate a woman, you educate a family.
Exactly.
It's not about just education. It's educating
Changing the
women.
mindset.
Yeah. And this case is, for me, it's amazing because you come across these amazing women who
अरे भैया इतनी नहीं
each one is making a
हम
big
क्या
difference in
बनाएंगे
lives. So it's really wonderful. So in spite and despite of work pressures, because we all have our own jobs which we do otherwise, we love to come for WEF because that whole space, you get to meet people like yourself. Yes, every time we make some new friends and it's really, really nice. So you've been here since Monday?
Since Sunday.
Oh wow. We came in only today morning. So we are those women who really
कम मतलब डार्क सा आ जाएगा
very
मैम
much appreciated that we couldn't make it. So we are here at
एक मिनट वेट वेट
2
I
more
think
days.
your session, you're starting at 7:50. Okay.
थोड़ी light the conversation में कुछ
थोड़ी सी लाइट चाहिए
देखने का मजा इतनी लाइफ में नहीं आता है क्योंकि उसका जो बैकग्राउंड है where it has been shot it is all
your white hair.
इसलिए और अभी
So she's going to take you to a place which you are not visiting, that's Rajasthan.
Oh, okay.
So all her products are from Rajasthan.
Wow. Okay.
And
so
that's
initially I'm just going to give a talk for 15 minutes. I just have very few slides. I'll quickly run through what is handicraft all about and what are the various forms of handicrafts. The different
यस मैम स्टार्ट
No, we'll wait, we're just getting few more people.
अच्छा ओके
But tell her where she should stay because you guys walk off and then she's walking around and she doesn't show on this thing. None of you stand around here.
Okay.
So if you keep moving about, then you're not coming on the camera.
कहाँ रहे कैसे सेट किया आपने? How you have set
Full.
the camera? I'm sorry.
शो मी बिल्कुल और
Okay.
आप लैपटॉप के पास खुद ही जाओगे ना?
वहाँ तो जाना ही
आपको रखना चाहिए था रिमोट यार।
नहीं तो रिमोट नहीं है।
लाइट चेंजर नहीं है। थोड़ा एसी कम कर सकते हो बच्चे। यू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू यूज द फैन। लाइट चेंजर। इसको थोड़ा एसी कम करो।
एसी में ऊपर से ये
नहीं यहाँ पे ये
ऑफ है, ये ऑफ है।
हाँ
जहाँ से ऑफ है
ऑफ कर दो।
ऑफ है यहाँ से।
ये टेबल है ना, यहाँ लगा सकते हैं।
लैपटॉप की चार्ज
नहीं मेरे को बहुत चाहिए।
फुल चार्ज है सर जाएगा।
हाँ तो ले आओ यहाँ पे ले आओ ना काम के लिए ले आओ। फुल चार्ज है तो आएगा चलेगा।
And I think with this audience, I really want to become you think so? बहुत ज़्यादा formal हो जाएगा. Let it be more informal.
क्या चल रहा है अभी पिछले दिनों जबरदस्ती फाइल यूज किया।
See, if the hall is full, then it makes sense. If it's just 5-6 people, it doesn't matter. अरे थोड़ी टेबल आगे ले आओ हम लोग.
Also share about ourselves. हाँ आ गए आर्ट एक्सोटिका।
आप लोग हो ना, चलो ठीक है.
No worry.
You want us to wait?
one person who might be of interest to you. She does corporate gifting. If there's any product line of yours which lines with that, you can just check it. It's really fun. She sources a lot of stuff, and more from India. You want to work for a friend from Bangalore?
मैम माइक पे बोलना पड़ेगा एक्चुअली ऑडियो नहीं आई
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, she's a little tied up with another event. So I'll introduce you to her later on.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Myself, Surbhi Agarwal. I'm the founder and CEO of the Art Exotica, which is primarily into manufacturing and exports of Indian handicrafts and textile. This is my second startup, actually. So the journey has been from being an healthpreneur to an entrepreneur in these 8 years. Actually, that was more of a family venture which I was catering into. And one fine day, I just got monotonous of the work because I used to travel so much into the rural areas of my state. When I saw the dilapidated, the underprivileged rural women of my state, the talent, the hidden talent which needed to be nurtured, which needs to be fostered. So I took this brave step to come out of my family venture, which is into multi-speciality. We are catering into dentistry, pediatrics, neurology, and orthopedics as being the forefront into the healthcare sector. So I took this initiative that these women, they need somebody who could actually launch their product. They needed a global market because it had so much of aesthetic and artistic appeal into the zeal of their bravery into these products which they were making. At the very outset, this initiative reminded me of a father of nation, the most respected Mahatma Gandhi, who aspired relentlessly to make handicrafts the epicenter of his pedagogy with an aim to bring about a radical restructuring of the sociology of school knowledge in India, in which the intricacies and the literacies of lower caste, such as spinning, basket making, metalwork, bookbinding, pottery work, would be made central. He also conceived the very notion which said the best way to find yourself is to immerse yourself in the service of others. It is also very heartening and delight to know that we are now witnessing a sea change, a paradigm shift in the thought process with regard to the approaches and the mechanics of deployment of policies from subsidy-based programs to more income-generating interventions in bringing about the market-based solutions for addressing livelihood issues into the country. It is also very interestingly acknowledged that there is a growing recognition that the battle for inclusive growth cannot be fought alone and has to be done in partnership with many stakeholders. Therefore, art is an humanitarian project that empowers, that enriches, and also rehabilitates the underserved, the downtrodden, and underprivileged strata of the society. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that has ever been. Of course, the vision of my startup is to empower, enrich, employ the girl child, the women in rural area, to actually weed out the typical orthodox and social taboos by instilling the nuggets of wisdom, by imparting the so-called vocational workshop, thereby elevating the poverty level and raising the prosperity levels to culminate.
To come in here, just for your reference, the state she's talking about, we have the highest female infanticide rate.
Oh, really?
Yes, so that's, and today the state is coming to a very different level, but at that grassroots level which we were talking about, how women are, and then you have women like herself are in front of you. So that there's a huge gap between.
Yes, of course.
Excuse me, go back to the vision.
I can mail the presentation to you, no problem.
Okay.
Also, as my dear friend said, that the female infanticide is at highest, even the child marriages. Now it's on the verge of getting abolished. Child marriages, a girl and a boy in my state would get married before even they are born. Even if they are inside the womb of mothers, they would actually tie the knots.
By the law, it's illegal.
It's
the girl
illegal.
has to be 18, the boy has to be 21 in India to get married. Otherwise, it's illegal. You can go behind bars. The parents will be taken to jail.
Absolutely.
But it's still happening here. So in spite of legal law, we've still not progressed.
Sure.
But then we have made a lot of improvisation, I must say. Our Prime Minister, together with the cabinet ministers, they've been working a lot for the eradication of child marriage now. Now, coming to the introduction, what is handicraft is all about? It refers to the items made by hand with the use of simple indigenous tools, which could generally be artistic, which is actually used for decorative and more for utility purposes. Handicrafts in India represent the cultural tradition in true sense in an Indian way of life, which repletes with products made with the help of simple tools by the craft which belong to the strong fabric of tradition for the aesthetics and artistry. The range is colossal, as diverse as the cultural diaspora of my country. This activity is predominantly carried out in the very unorganized and decentralized sector, wherein the family of the artisans manufacture at home and the legacy is being carried forward from generation to generation. It is also identified as the second largest sector for employment for rural people after agriculture. So you can imagine the chunk of the population of my country which is actually deployed in this particular sector. Wooden art wares. I would be taking you to the product portfolio later, wherein it depicts all the genres of the craft. Art metalware again from my state, embroidered goods, blue pottery, marble, stone, imitation jewelry again with semi-precious and precious stones with the silver filigree work, of course, terracotta, leather goods, papier-mâché. We also have a concoction of, like, say, leather amalgamated with aluminium and then marble in concoction with wood. So you have a lot of new innovative products now in the market in form of kitchenwares where you have this concoction. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of platters and the coasters and so on and so forth in many of the 5-star properties and hospitality chains. So I represent the very grandeur, majestic state of Rajasthan. which is known for its Valerie, which is known for its forts and palaces, which depicts the solidarity of the culture right from the Mughal and Rajput dynasty. The major art forms from my state is bone and mother of pearl inlay. Now bone here stands for when the animal is deceased, the animal is taken to the butcher houses, whereby the flesh and the bone has been segregated, and the bone is then, chemically treated and made into a preservative mode in a form of chips. Those chips are again, ingrained into wood. Now, there are different kinds of woods which are being used, like teak wood, or alpine wood, mango wood, to ingrain these beautiful home decor artifacts and furniture, which I will be showcasing in the coming slide. MOP is again nothing but she shells artifacts, which is popularly known as mother of pearl. Similarly, you'll find that bone artifacts and furniture and MOP inlay is more or less same. Blue pottery actually comes from Pink City, which is known as Jaipur, and which is nothing but ceramic handcrafted ware, which is made by potters, and then it is later painted with beautiful craft. Glass artifacts, small pieces of glass are being burned down, are being broken, and then there's a lot of marble and granite powder which has been mixed into these glass, and beautiful wall panels are being made out of it. Vintage, antique handicraft, which is like 100 to 100 years old, into these Shekhabati forts and palaces. Some of the forts and havelis, which is known as heritage houses, have been demolished now to actually revamp the entire structure. So those antique and vintage pieces have been collected by us, because there are many people in overseas markets who are looking for these age-old tradition, 100 to 100-year-old legacy products. Bandage and tie and dye. It's a very intricate and subtle process of textile printing, wherein only women are involved in this. And you will be very surprised to know that only ₹7 has been earned by them for a single stole or a dupatta. And they take only 6-7 dupattas per day to be made. So here I've taken the challenge.
Around 10 pence.
10 pence.
That's all for making a
for one.
A dupatta, what we wear on top of a stole, which is tie and dye is actually,
dupatta is what you're wearing, the same.
You take the cloth and you actually
tie it
it
into little knots.
Yeah. And then you
dye it. The knot will be probably whitish or off-white, some other color, and the base fabric will be another color.
Absolutely.
So poor girls earning just that much, and it takes you a couple of hours to do it. Doesn't happen.
They can just make 6 or 7 in a day. That's it.
So that's
and
maybe
that's
around $2 a day.
Absolutely. I am trying my level best. They get a fair price for it. Not many of the exporters would actually. They would always like to exploit these artisans, and they would become millionaires and millionaires. But here I have taken a very noble initiative myself, that to be on a profit sharing basis with them. Again, Indian textile, it constitutes the most richest and the most vibrant aspect. The weavers here again, intricate, as I said, not only in my state but the different states, like even in UP, we have the Zardozi cloth, which is known as Banarsi fabric. I don't know how many of you know it about. Even the Pashmina from Jammu and Kashmir.
It's the
Again,
woven fabric which you'd see usually, what is very like jacquard, and it's very, very, very rich.
Very, very rich.
Very rich. It's usually got some golden thread work, but mainly the weave is thread work.
The warp and the weave count, the warp and the weft count is actually very delicately done.
So again, the weavers, because they don't have either a machine to
Absolutely.
make it, or they don't have mainly they don't have the silken thread to buy. So the people buy the silken thread, give it to them, and they earn some $2 to $3, and that piece is actually sold for at least a couple of $100 and goes on to thousands.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between the person who's selling and the poor artisan. That's where she's really coming from.
So actually the weavers keep alive the traditional craft of different states. The level of artistry and intricacy achieved in the handloom fabrics is unparalleled, beyond the scope of modern machines. They really cannot match the modern machines. And in fact, to weave many of the fabric, till date, the machines have not been innovated. It can meet every need, ranging from exquisite fabrics which take months to weave to popular item of mass production for daily use. The enormous variety of Indian handicrafts and textile creation reflects the ethnic diversity in the country, and its subtle compositions are known throughout the world since ancient civilization. India is one of the richest traditions of handicraft and textile, spanning almost 5,000 years back. So can you imagine where it is all coming from? It's been 5,000 years ago, Arjuna. And therefore the Indian craftsman skilled to adapt a range of techniques and develop them to perfection over a short period of time has continued through centuries. It has also made into the entry into new millennium with access to latest technology. Textile again is largely decentralized like handicrafts, and the weavers in this sector again are mainly from the vulnerable and the weaker section of the society, which is their main source for life. This is an aim to promote the treasures of Indian handicraft and textile, my friends. Among the fellow delegates here at Women Economic Forum, which presents a unique panorama of creativity, aesthetics, and craftsmanship. So I seek your unrelenting support for my stuff. It is indeed in Government of India's endeavor to persevere, preserve, promote, and protect the cultural diversity, the cultural richness of thousands of years embarked on this maiden venture, to link the lowest level of the handicraft and textile sector, artisans and craftsmen and weavers, to highest level of economy, to corporates, consumers, and even multinational companies, and not to forget the overseas market, for leveraging day-to-day requirement, for sourcing of gifts and souvenirs, for different festivities celebrated worldwide. We see in the export journey, so and so forth. We've seen a phenomenal year-to-year rise from last 5 years. This has become dominantly because we have innovated so much with the help of our dear designers, which are located across the globe. We seek our customers' help also to come out with a color combination, to come out with the R&D. We are not very adamant in terms of, just imparting our product portfolio to them. We seek solutions from their end too. Of course, as many of you know, that handicraft and textile is mostly into small and medium enterprise, and there is a high potential for employment economically, which is very viable. I just wanted to tell you a very important point. Why it is economically so viable? Because of the low capital investment, and the high ratio of value addition. There's a high potential for export. Why? Because there is a foreign exchange currency to be earned. The industry is again very labor dependent, very intensive. very decentralized, spread across all the states in both rural and urban areas. Some artisans are engaged on part-time basis. India is a prominent supplier of handicraft and textile to the global market. Yes, some of the art is on the verge of becoming extinct. So this is the time actually to revive the languishing art in many of the states. Because in the changing world scenario, craft product is exported to various countries which form a part of lifestyle products, actually, in international appeal. This impact is due to the changing customer taste and trends. More than 7 million craft people are the backbone of handicraft and textile, which is humongous in nature, possessing inherent skill, technique, traditional craftsmanship, which is quite sufficient for primary platform. However, in changing world market, these craft persons need an institutional support with the age, with the competitors like China, Korea, Taiwan, and Malaysia. Of course, as my startup, we strive towards the pursuit of excellence. We adhere to be legal and ethically principled and practice the same. We continuously strive towards innovating and improvising new product practices for our customers, member satisfaction. The initiative for promotion and viral marketing thereby are guided, and quality assurance is therefore being taken care of. Of course, innovation, I say always, is a state of mind. We have an in-house team of European and US designers and also Indian renowned designer panel from Ivy League University. Foreseeing the importance of design in the overseas market, these designers actually leverage the product portfolio for us. There is a continuous skill workshop and knowledge-based vocational training which is imparted to artisans from time to time to actually keep them abreast with the latest trends in the international market. The Champions for Change program, which enables ordinary, extraordinary women and men to identify local challenges in their communities, receive capacity building, and thereby achieving economies of scale. We also have cohorts which we have established in the rural areas, which gives the extended arm to these women for economic empowerment, which is raising communities around the world. Also, we are coming up with the online designing mobile app and also the website in times to come. This particular slide represents that how many of our customers from ASEAN countries wanted actually the very customized product for their marts. So here we came up with a jute shopping bag for Mauritius. They wanted particularly only in the brown color and particular size for more than 10,000 pieces. Again, a biodegradable bag for the Maldives people. This is a very innovative product which we have come up with. I'm sure you would be knowing about it. This is known as Katha embroidery umbrella. It is primarily used for the decorative purpose for the ceiling, and you would actually decorate your ceiling and put a bulb across it, and it could actually, do a sort of false ceiling decorative artifact job for it. You have textile, wood. Dokra is nothing but, it's made up of brass metal. And a lot of animal figurines and lord figurines are being made out of it. This is a very interesting thing. Many of the Asian countries, like Indonesia and Cambodia and Japan and Thailand, they also worship Lord Ganesha. So they came up with this idea that outside the Buddha pavilions and the temples, such figurines were of great demand there. I was really zapped to learn, that Lord Ganesha would be merchandised by these Asian countries. And in fact, they said that no, we are in touch with many of your deities back home. So that was really heartening to learn. Elephants, of course, is a national animal of Thailand. So they actually procure a lot of artifacts in brass metal and other woolen and iron craft which has been carved. Deer is a national animal of Antigua, Costa Rica, and South Africa. And they like to gift on certain festivities. This is a very, very novel concept. We designed this owl, which is again made up of brass metal, and you'll be surprised why we designed it. Owl is the national bird of Greece. And in Australia, it is considered to be very sacred. It's a soul of a woman. In France, a pregnant lady, if she sees an owl before delivering, it is considered that she would be blessed with a girl child. With the contrast to Iran, Ireland, Israel, and Jamaica, they just cannot see owl. It is considered for them a very unlucky mascot. So actually we go down into the roots of tradition and culture of other country and understand what exactly they are looking out for. So that really helps us to innovate and come up with a different marketing strategy. So actually, how to promote and how to actually earn forex for ourselves. Again, this is a very innovative concept. Theory of numbers. One artisan was trying to paint these birds on the cushion. And we are always in a unison to actually paint either 3, 5, or 7. So we got the message from South Korea that 3 is considered to be a lucky number, not 2. So you do it in a denomination of 3, 5, and 7, and do not 2, 4, and 6. Again, Japan, they consider 8 and 3 to be very lucky because 8 stands for prosperity and 3 stands for birth. Whereas Russia, even numbers, very rude because they use only at the time of funerals. This is again a very interesting concept. As I said that we work very closely on theory of colors. It is very important because a German would always like the shades of whites and grays and light blues. A French would like more of the vibrant colors, same as Spanish. Here again, you can see that French people, they really like blood, red color, blue color, green color, because it depicts love and lust. Again, one more thing, that the use of the colors has to be chosen very wisely. You cannot use all the colors for all the products. They might like vibrant colors for furniture. They might not like the vibrant colors for the decorative artifacts. So again, I have to sit with the designer, sit with my buyers to devise a strategy, what sort of color combination they are seeking for. Of course, we try to comply to be competitive in quality, environmental, technological, financial, and social, all aspects. Yes, I open the floor by saying that this is an opportunity for you people to become an Art Exotica ambassadors in your country, to have a franchisee, or be a sales representative, refer a wholesaler or a mart, multiple chains of handicraft textile, females who are wanting to earn extra income, of course. The art connoisseurs, I invite their application for mutual benefit, of course, in terms of aesthetics, monetary overall holistic purpose. There is an untapped potential to be unleashed through the cultural exchange, whereby catering to women for their livelihood. So this is an example. In Thailand, somebody came forward and they wanted to have a handicraft and textile outlet there. And trust me, it's a rags to riches story for them. We are serving globally. And I always say that art is the stored honey of the human soul. Thank you for your patient listening.
If you guys have time, can I just quickly go through my product portfolio? Would you like to see?
Yes, before I forget, this is the card of my friend. Connect with her. I think we can. So would you like to be comfortable there and you okay?
Thank you so
Charu,
much.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is this your bag?
Yeah.
So too. I'll be in touch with you.
Oh yeah, sure. Please, thank you so much. If you, would you like to give her the mic?
You gave your card.
Nice meeting you, ladies. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
So,
I'll
no, you want a card for her answer.
I have no idea. I'll share it with her. We'll put it on a group also. There might be inquiries.
Please, thank you so much.
Bye.
It doesn't work.
One last poem, which I just forgot to say, which is so relevant for all of us. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. A dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life for as long as you live. Thank you so much.
Should I come there?
Yeah. Oh no, just we don't mind seeing.
Oh yeah. You guys are from?
Yeah.
Which part of Africa?
From Ghana. She's an artist as well.
Sorry?
We're going to be doing work together. She's an artist.
I'm sorry?
She's an artist.
Really?
We're doing work together.
Excuse me? ये लाइव आप बंद कर सकते हैं?
What happened?
Oh, it's okay.
Any issue?
No.
You really want? I can ask them to close down. I'm sure on the system. Acha, ma'am, one request. Please use mic because online the audio is having some problem. So please use mic. If
I'm done with my presentation. I'm just showing them the pictures.
Okay. No, I'm just
But
telling
if
you all.
you want me to speak on mic, I can do it.
No, it's not. It's from live telecast and the mic.
Yeah. You want me to speak?
Thank you.
These are own products. Small. I'm sorry if there is a problem. Okay, I'm just scrolling now. You can just see. You
This is
see?
all hand carved.
No, it's all handmade. These are bone products, animal bone. you see now?
Yeah.
They are all this size mirror. Yeah. All bone carved. These are small, can you see that? Small leaves and all. They're small chips, which they keep cutting. There is a small machine. Very, very intricate. Stool, table, this, that.
How good is your export market?
I'm sorry?
How good is the export market?
The volume of exports you're making a year, sales.
I am just 1 year old into this business. But the export market is too much. I haven't exported so much, to be very honest. Because I'm just 1 year old.
So you go to the villages to buy from them?
She works with the artisans.
Or you work with them at the villages?
Yes. I'm sorry. You work with the artisans in Rajasthan. But it's $1 billion industry because a lot of the American big buyers are sourcing from India.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. You heard about this Al Burj Hotel
No.
at Dubai?
Yes.
You'll see most of bone and MOP furniture in that hotel.
From India.
From Rajasthan. Of course, it was long back before I entered, but I'm just giving you an idea.
Yeah.
I'll show you some other things. I'll show you jewelry. You'll like it. This is heritage collection. That's what I'm saying. The audience is not there. I don't mind. People are more interested in motivation.
No,
But if you make money, you feel so motivated because you are making money and you are getting the blessings of artisans because they are making money.
Yes.
So it's a
So
win-win situation.
of course, that the process itself is so inspiring and motivating that it's more than the classroom sessions.
So you have blocked middlemen. Do you have control over them, sole control over them? Have you formed an association so that they don't sell to any other person?
I cannot hire.
Okay.
You know why? For that you need to have continuous and consistent export orders.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am just a starter. I'm being very frank and honest. So I cannot just tell them, just wait for my orders. And just sit like that. How can I do that? Because in India, I don't know in your country, in India, all the laborers are on daily wages. For 8 hours, they get 500 rupees, which is almost 67, say, what do you call less than $10
a day.
7, 8. To earn 2 meals a day, they have to slog for 8 to 10 hours. So in that particular process, I really cannot stop them. I cannot be that rude and brutal. But of course, when I give them the order, so I'm at their priority list. So that's the advantage and leverage I receive, because when they are making for other exporters, they might be getting only 10 rupees for that product. But I pay them 25. I pay them 35 because I told you I am which unlike you might not see with the other exporters. They are out there in the market to actually exploit the house.
Which makes sense.
So this is a startup with a noble thought process, actually. Because I am, of course, you are there in this world to make money, to have monetary benefits. That is all very said and done. But I always feel that without the blessings of anybody, you really cannot climb the ladder of success. Which is so much
It's more fair trade, like you said.
Absolutely.
So these are your own designs.
We have, I told you, we have designers.
Designers,
So these designers at times, they sit with the artisans to actually tell them how to achieve it. So we have a jewelry designer, a jewelry artisan, wood designer, wood artisan, so on and so forth. Now, for example, my buyer in Germany or France or any other country, they also have their tastes and likings.
That's true.
Okay, so we've been very flexible in taking their suggestions. At times, my buyers, they become designers. Most of them.
They tell you what they want.
Absolutely. And we are very transparent in the terms that they trust me. They say that, okay, make 500 pieces of that box. I said, no. You've given me this design. My designer will sit with the artisan. They'll try to make a product first, and we'll send you the sample. You approve that sample, you approve and check the quality standards, and then we'll get back to you. Because I don't want to leave any stone unturned. Because later on, I want to share, many of the exporters have burned their hand when they say that, you just start with the mass production. And when they start without, confirming the sample with them, the size and the color combination, what you see in the picture, sometimes there could be a little upside down when you actually the product comes out. What your aspirations and expectations are when you design it, and when actually it comes on the shop floor, sometimes there is a difference. So I'm not there to take chances. Making 500 because eventually it's going to fall back on me. They might not like, they might reject, or they might say, okay, we are going to keep it, now lower the price.
Or next time they don't place an order.
So I don't want to take chances. I believe in transparency and doing business in ethics and legal manner. I say to in upfront say and be very candid with my buyers that if I can make the product, if I would take 2 months of time and they say no, we want it 1 month, I said I'm very sorry. Then they say that you have less artisans, that's why you don't want to come back. I said it's not about the artisans. It's about, I don't know whom you have dealt with, but the number of products, the number of production which you are trying to say, it won't be possible in 1 month time. Because it's all handmade. I cannot take the decision alone. It has to be a consent of my designer, my artisans. When they say 500 or 1,000 products could be made, maybe this piece, it would take me 2 months. How can I say that, I can deliver to you in 1 month? So sometimes, there is a friction and they say, okay, we'll get back to you. And I said, okay, fine. But in the whole process, I don't try to rush to these
buyers. It's better to let
so-called foreigners, no, I'll deliver, I'll do, by hook or by crook, I never do that. I don't chase. Because, I believe in ethics, as I said. If I'm not able to deliver on time, next time I won't get orders. It's better to be honest at the outset, then repent later on.
Yeah.
is your first day?
No, pardon? Tomorrow is second class.
Excuse me, I would like to have pictures with my friends.
Go pics.
Please do that.
The art of Exotica.
Wait.
Thank you. You want to see bags?
Look at the bags.
Oh, leather.
Resin, leather, canvas, all. More than 500 designs.
Which skin? Cow? Cow skin. Cow. Which animal?
Okay. We use for leather camel, goat, and
Camel.
buffalo.
Okay.
And sometimes, to be honest, it is synthetic also. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because if a buyer says, I want bags in this range, I don't want, they themselves say, I don't want genuine leather, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Because, genuine leather, the price will go up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just showing you because, again, the bags, these are leather diaries with handmade paper. These are mostly kept in 5-star hotels and this and that. Even you can gift them,
Yeah. Weddings, yes.
All sizes, locks and with stones, without stones, with hooks, locks. I'll show you in marble now, something. These are marble apples and lychees. This is actually a fruit platter. These are marble boxes to be kept. Photo frames with the porcelain flowers. Can you see? Flower vases. This is a fruit platter with the porcelain pink flowers and the German silver mask. This is a beautiful marble table. You have a violin, which is a brown stone. Can you see that clearly? Elephants are so much admired. This is a modern contemporary art. It has been liked by one of the gallery in Switzerland, this particular. Okay, I'll show you a small decorative giftable marble items. These are plates. Can you see? All sizes of small elephants you'll find. These are plates. They are mobile watches. All marble with stones. Is it? Are you liking it or?
They're beautiful.
Flower muscles, the pots. I'm sure I'm not boring you. Would you like to see something in stone?
Yeah.
Very abstract and contemporary art. This, can you make out, this is a sandstone.
How big is this piece?
22 into 18 into 12 inch.
So this would be heavy to export, eh?
You have 4 layers of packing. You have something like, cardboard boxes made out of wood, and then a lot of thermocols, a lot of bubble sheets, so and so forth. Cleopatra? Inner self. Okay, I'll show you the glass one.
Oh wow.
This is made up of glass, and behind that you have a marble powder layered ball. On that they stick this. This is all made up of glass. It's almost 6 to 8 feet in height.
Sure.
I'll show you some Christmas products. Candlelight holder as well.
Go up. Have a wide range of products.
Huge.
So do you have funding?
Up to now, I have not saved anybody's
So
because
you're doing it yourself.
God forbid, because as I said, I work on ethical ground.
Yeah.
So I tell my buyers that I need 50% now of the order.
Yeah.
So you transfer 50% because I have to pay my artisans on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Again, they have to go and buy the raw materials.
Yes.
They send 50%, and before the dispatch again 50%.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
I don't want to work unnecessarily. They say that once the goods reach the port, okay, they would do all sorts of tantrums.
Yeah.
You know, the thing got broken, this, that, so you lower the price 40% down.
Yeah.
The products are lying in the port.
Yeah.
They would do all sorts of stories.
Yeah.
So then they say that, you are new into this business. You don't have a goodwill. How can I give you 50% and 50%? Sorry.
So how do you market yourself on the internet?
You're facing the same problem?
How do you
I am.
market yourself?
That's why I want to talk to you, because I'm working with a consultant in the US. We're looking at more African American using
Session is over. Session is over.
Yes. Yeah.
Ini bosa kende shekhe
Any boss. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
But that brings the legs.
They wanted to come guys.
Good. Just close.
Yeah, we are all gonna shine in dark.
हो गया.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.